Blessed and happy Sunday to all of you, my dear friends, my dear good people of God, faithful followers of the Daily Gospel Reflection with Father Jack. Today is the fourth Sunday of Lent, and this Sunday is otherwise called as Laetari Sunday. Laetari Sunday means it is a Sunday of rejoicing. Rejoice because our readings for this Sunday expresses the joy of the church in anticipation of the resurrection. You know what, my dear friends, allow me to share with you my reflection this Sunday. And our readings this Sunday reminds us that we have a God who gives us the proper vision, a kind of God who constantly on guard against our spiritual blindness. We can see physically. I can see physically. But sometimes we are also spiritually blind. That's why fourth Sunday of Lent is inviting me and you that we need to allow Jesus to heal, to fix our spiritual blindness. Because all of us, we have old blind spots, blind spots. We are comfortable living in the dark, we are comfortable to remain in the dark, preferring darkness than light. And as a priest, I am guilty because I am like the Pharisees in today's gospel, very religious in worship. I have the knowledge of the Bible. I do my I'm faithful to my prayer life every day. I'm faithful officiating the sacraments, but sometimes I am blind to the poverty, to the pain, and injustice happening around me. These are the blind spots that I need Jesus to fix in my life. Now, reflecting on our first reading this Sunday, like Samuel, sometimes we are also blind in our judgments. We judge people by appearance. I do not know if it happened to you, but sometimes we are guilty of this. We judge people by the way they look, their color, their language. But our first reading is telling us that we, men, we see the appearance, but God looks into the purity of the heart because God does not see us as we do. That's why Saint Paul, in our second reading today, in his letter to the Ephesians, encourages us to judge and to see what pleases God, to judge the way God sees it, It is not enough to see, but we have to live according to the light. Seeing the light should lead us to living in the light. When you see the light, it should lead us, it should inspire us to live, to living the light. That's why St. Paul in his letter to the Ephesians is reminding us to live as a children of light. My dear friends, live in the light, not in the darkness. Try to learn what is pleasing in the eyes of God. Sometimes we are not only spiritually blind, but also morally blind because we are unable to see the injustice around us. We're unable to see the immorality happened around us. We are unable to see the truth. There is the deformity of truth. And putting it personally, when we do not accept our weakness, we will never accept correction. I say it again. when we do not accept our weakness, our limitations, we will find it hard to accept correction. Friends, live as a children of light. And our gospel for this Sunday present to us a very unique type of healing. Unique in a sense, the blind man does not ask for it. He does not ask, he did not ask for healing. It is from the initiative of Jesus. And during this time, the context is this: sickness during this time is associated with sinfulness. You are suffering because you are sinful. But you know what, my dear friends, no matter how sinful we are, God will always come to rescue us. There is always a God who will rescue us from the suffering of pain, the suffering of injustice. And healing is an occasion to show the glory of God. And the healing of this blind man in today's gospel is a slow process of seeing. Very slow process of seeing. The healing is very slow. Why? Because number one, his sight was restored, but he don't see Jesus. You know? His sight was restored, but he don't see Jesus. I don't know him, he said. And second, the sight, after he recovered the sight, he began to slowly see Jesus. Because he said, he is a prophet maybe. And third, the title he attributed to Jesus, he's the Son of Man. And that's why Jesus asked him, do you believe in the Son of Man? And he said, I believe. And this is the fullness of sight. He see Jesus as the light. This is the fullness of sight. If we recognize Jesus not only as a prophet, but as a Son of Man. But friends, it's good to ask ourselves this Sunday, what hinders you to acknowledge Jesus? What hinders you to see Jesus? May we take away our self-centeredness. May we remove our pride, because only humility will enable us to see Jesus. When we are full of pride, pride prevents providence. Pride prevents grace and healing to overflow. To conclude, let me end my reflection by saying, let's come to Jesus and let's eliminate pride in us. For Jesus, He is the way, the truth, and the life. And He is also our good shepherd, proclaimed in our responsorial psalm of the day. Rejoice, because we have a God who gives us the proper vision. He is the Son of Man, and His name is Jesus. Amen.